Hey guys, how you doing today? It's Tony from tonysblog.org, and today I am talking to you ahead of a video that I am showing. It's an interview that I did with a former NFL player named Marvin Washington. Marvin spent the majority of his career playing for the New York Jets. He spent some time with the Redskins, and then with the 49ers, finished up his career here with the San Francisco 49ers in 1999, actually with the Denver Broncos, and won a Super Bowl. But I want you to hear this interview with Marvin and what he has to say as far as football and the future of the game, and listen to what he thinks about the way the game is played now, the way the game was played in the past, and how he thinks the game will be played in the future. I also want you to listen to what message he believes a coach should be delivering to you if you think you should be playing football under 14 years of age with a helmet on. I'm telling you guys, there's science, there's football players, there's pro athletes, fighters, non-fighters, very smart people that are speaking out against football under 14 and are very pro flag football under 14. And yet parents continue to put their kids in these helmets every weekend and watch them go out there and bang their little brains around. So just listen, please, to what he has to say. And then on the other part of this, listen to what he says about CBD and how CBD and cannabinoids help heal the brain. You know, it's true. I am a firm believer in CBD. It is medicinal. It's non-THC, non-psychoactive, but the medicinal parts of that plant are real. I mean, they help my brain and the pains that I go through. They help, and they help take the cloudiness away. So I have no shame, no qualms, no problem, standing behind CBD, standing up for CBD. Same thing with Marvin. I spoke with some other pretty high-profile athletes that I will be posting their interviews as well. They're great interviews. They're going to be two-part interviews because they were pretty long and lengthy and very detailed. I think you guys will enjoy them. So watch this interview. Take as much as you can from it. The irony in this interview is at the very end. I encourage you to listen till the very end, because at the end, I've been getting this for pretty much my entire adult life, and there's a lot of irony in this statement now that I didn't realize back then. But the irony now is mind-blowing. But at the very end, you're gonna hear him tell me something that I've heard from countless people, but professional athletes. Bruce Bochy, manager of the Giants, when we were in San Diego at one time, many people have looked at me and told me, "You look like Junior Seau." And, before I always said, I get that a lot. And it meant nothing. It just meant you look like Junior Seau. And I would smile and say, yeah, I get that a lot. Now, going through this disease and it being the same disease that took Junior's life, and Junior had a mission, and he told his sister, make sure you educate people about this disease and go on and help people with this disease. And I know this because we met with his sister Mary in San Diego this past summer, and she's an absolutely amazing woman. The Seau family, from what I gather from knowing what I know about Junior, which is just what the public knows, and then what I got to hear from Mary, and from what we know from sitting with Mary and meeting with her, they're an amazing family, an amazing group of people. And now that we're not both, because rest in peace, he's passed away, but I'm dealing with the same brain issue that Junior was battling with. And I've been told, over and over and over, you look like Junior. It's just, to me, it's a little ironic. It probably means nothing to you, but it's just, out of all the people in the world that you can look like, and you both have this rare, extremely rare brain disorder that's only caused by a contact sports and getting your brain rattled around. And I'm carrying on that mission, and it's something that I'm not going to stop, like I said, until my brain is mush and it won't allow me to do this. I'm not going to stop, because I don't want any other kids to grow up and have to deal with this deterioration of your brain. It's not fun. So just enjoy this interview. Again, please subscribe, please share. I can't thank you enough for your support. If you feel so inclined to do so, it would help a ton. GoFundMe.com/Tony's Wish to End CTE. Any donation would be greatly appreciated, you guys. I can't tell you how much your support means, financially and just by sharing and subscribing to the blog, tonysblog.org. God bless, and enjoy this interview. So this is Tony Medina. I'm here with Marvin Washington, former NFL player. Marvin, thanks for taking the time to speak with me. So as you know, I'm battling CTE.
Correct.
Suspected CTE, because it can't be diagnosed till till death. We're here at the summit talking CBD, brain health, brain safety. Tell me your thoughts on CBD and the brain.
Well, I'm just going to go back to our government, who has a patent on it, patent 663-0507, that says CBD acts as an antioxidant and neuroprotectant for the brain in relationship to concussions. So the government says it acts as a neuroprotectant for the brain. So I think it can be used before games and at the point of contact. You need to get a massive amount of CBD to mitigate the symptoms of a concussion. And this comes from the father of cannabis, Dr. Raphael Mechoulam. This is something that is happening with the Israeli soldiers. When they get hit with an IUD, they get a massive amount of CBD. I want to see this happening not only with football players, but our soldiers that are coming out to war theaters. I want to see it happen with anybody in a contact sport, because I hate to say it, but it's a fact. The human brain was not meant for football, boxing, or all these contact sports.
Right.
We got 100 million brain cells, and every time you get hit, you're killing one of them.
Right.
Muhammad Ali, Parkinson, they said he estimated he killed 20 million brain cells. You see what happened to him.
Right.
And so they call it in that sport punch drunk. But it's just a closed head injury that we all suffer with in contact sports. And I believe CBD can go a long ways into solving that issue, because no helmet is going to stop a concussion.
Right. Now, talk to me about CTE and concussions and the youth, because my particular situation is I didn't play a day of college football or NFL. I was a high school football player in the 90s. I never left the field. I started for 4 years, played offense, defense, every special team, and we hit every day in practice. We hit every day. We had double days, and I was a college baseball player. I was a police officer. I was a firefighter. So I had contact to the head throughout my adult life and career. But I took the majority of my blows in high school, hitting hard. And so my push is, like you're saying, take the helmets away. I believe in flag football until 14, and I really believe in taking that impact away and letting those brains develop. Give me your feelings.
Well, I'm on that same I'm on that same thought that there's no way these kids should be in full contact with helmets and shoulder pads before probably the age of 14. And then I want to see football evolve, because football is not the same as it was 100 years ago. You know, when they had the scrum and they barely had the forward pass, and guys were actually dying from playing football. I can see football in the future of linemen being backed up off the line of scrimmage, offensive linemen going from a three-point stand to a two-point stand all of the time. I can see the field being widened and lengthened and to spread it out, so you don't have it as much as that contact. And you know, it's not the football that I played. It's not the football player, but I didn't play the same football that, you know, they played back in the 50s, and they didn't play the same football. So football has to evolve, because in the 1950s, the top three sports were baseball, boxing, and horse racing. Horse racing and boxing are events now. Baseball has its own issue, lengthening of sport, whatever. I want to see football continue to flourish, but youth participation is down, you know, because people know about it. So unless they get their hands around this concussion issue that they have, you know, in 10 years, where's football going to be? Because if you got youth participation down and programs are shutting down in high school and eliminate football, eventually that's going to get to the NFL, because that's the feeder system, colleges and the high school. They have to do something about it.
So one last question, I'll let you go. What do you say to a parent looking in that camera that wants their kid to get a college scholarship, play in the NFL, and thinks the only way they can do it is by putting them in pads before the age of 14?
Here's my thing. Unless that football coach can come sit in your living room and look you in the eye and tell you that your son can play this game without getting a disease, I would have serious trepidation of letting them put on pads and a helmet before the age of 14.
Marvin, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, thank
you. Good deal, man. You look like Junior Seau, man.
You know what? Everybody does it. And the funny thing is we actually met.